Hi there. Let's delve into a hot topic, shall we? Voter fraud and mail-in ballots. In August, headlines raged across the country talking about the 846 ballots cast by dead people in the Michigan primary, proving, of course, that mail-in ballots are obviously subject to fraud and cheating. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. There were 2.5 million total votes cast, and of those, 1.6 million were mail-in ballots. Of the 1.6 million, 10,694 were rejected, which is 0.4%. Now, for comparison, Donald Trump won Wisconsin by less than 1%. So, we can make an argument that 0.4% could possibly mean something if the votes went for, say, one party, right? But the 846 votes represents 0.03%. Now, the argument goes something like this. Well, we don't know how many dead votes got through. Well, we actually do. Wisconsin had 2 in all of 2018. You see, Michigan, like Wisconsin, compares ballots to death records, and on average, Michigan has 262 deaths a day, plus about 20 a day for COVID. So we're looking at 11,280 people that died between when the ballots were mailed from the state and Election Day. Is it unreasonable to think that 846 people out of 10 million residents mailed in a ballot and then died between that moment and Election Day? Well, of course not. Car accidents, heart attacks, COVID. It's not someone trying to commit massive election fraud, one death at a time, all around the state. Now, if you prefer a visual, imagine that this entire board represents the 2.5 million votes. This sticker represents the 846 dead ballots. And remember, they were caught, so the system works. Now, of the 10,694, here's my issue. 6,405 were late. 1,438 had no signatures, and 787 more had signatures that didn't match. That's how detailed our voting system is. It's matching signatures to your driver's license. Here's hoping that your signature never changes. So almost 9,000 rejections should have counted, and that's the troubling part. They may not have actually mattered in the end, but they should have been counted. So what's the point? Well, there are two. First, election fraud is really not an issue. Individually, it makes absolutely no sense and no difference. And even in the few cases where it was done en masse, it has become pretty obvious. I can only think of one instance where it actually even affected an election, and that was a small local race down in North Carolina. And even then, it was, of course, eventually discovered because it's really obvious. Second, please make sure that your vote counts. Sign your ballot, make sure that you have it witnessed, mail it early or drop it off. Or if you don't want to vote by mail, go to your local polling place, do early voting, or hey, how about on Election Day? Our goal should be to make voting as easy as possible for all of our citizens, period. So please stop succumbing to the fear being spread around voter and election fraud. It is not real. One final note. If you want to, you can actually view the annual report for suspected Wisconsin election fraud. Go to elections.wi.gov. For 2018, there were more than 5 million votes cast, and in that year, there were 24 potential fraudulent votes. 24. So please keep that number in mind when you're making decisions about voter fraud. And finally, thank you again so very much for watching. I truly appreciate it.